Hey guys, this is Andrew Keen from KeenOnTheMarket.com. This is your opening bell for 4/26/2013. What do I see going on? A lot going on today. We see the futures selling off slightly. GDP came out at about 2.5% versus expected of 3.3%. The market looks a little bit soft today. I look at the at-the-money SPY straddle, SPY at-the-money straddle, and I can see right now it gives me an indication of how much the stock market's going to move for the rest of the day. So the SPY at the money straddle, I can add the calls to the puts. It's around 70 cents. So they're implying a 70-cent move in the SPY or a 7 handle range in the SPY. As you see, WMB, 17,000 WMB June puts being sold. WMB, the chart is too weak for me to take a trade in this. If we look at this chart here, guys, we're under the Ichimoku cloud. I cannot take a bullish position when we're under the Ichimoku cloud. This could be, someone willing to take a long stock position. Sorry, that's the 15. Let's bring up the daily. WMB looks decent. I'll put it on. I'm literally going to write this trade down and maybe take a trade if the stock sells off. Paper just sold 16,298 WMB June 36 puts for 69 cents. On a pullback in WMB, I'll be looking to sell put spreads. I want to sell put spreads if the stock sells off. I'm not going to put anything on just yet. So paper sold 16,298 WMB June 36 puts for 69 cents. We'll be looking to sell put spreads on a pullback. So I'm not taking a trade right now, but WMB will go on the radar, and I'll be looking to sell put spreads on a pullback. So if WMB pulls back at all, I'll be looking to sell put spreads here in WMB. We see the yen raging here. Let's look at the yen real quick. Dollar looks a little bit soft. So now we're getting to the 9-period moving average on the yen. So this should act as first level of resistance. Second level of resistance on the Ichimoku Kinkin Hoi is going to be at 101.85. So I don't want to aggressively get in here. An aggressive trader could put on any short position on the FXY or shorting the yen against the US dollar, having to stop above that 102, which is about 3% to the upside. From my point of view, it's a little too aggressive for me, so I'm not going to take a trade. But shorting the yen here probably is a good risk versus reward setup with a tight leash on it, a 3% leash to the upside. Let me just change a couple of settings here so it's to my liking. So as those look at the Ichimoku Kinkin Hoi, this is my one indicator I look at for technical analysis. Very easy. Under the cloud, bearish. Above the cloud, bullish. Doesn't get much easier than that. Just going to change some of these settings here so they're all lined up. I like to use different colors. 9-period moving average, not a 9-day moving average. There's a 9-period moving average. Most stocks trade in a trading range. So during the day, I don't like to take a lot of day trades. If I see an unusual option activity, maybe I'll take a day trade. So just change some of these settings here. So that's a huge order in WMB. An aggressive trader could get long WMB by either buying call spreads, selling put spreads, buying calls, buying the stock. I did not take the trade. WMB to the bullish side in WMB. Paper selling puts, and then we see a little write-up after the fact. Just sitting here hanging out. But if you're, it shouldn't matter if you're short deep in the money puts and you get a sign on them. It shouldn't matter because you're long deep in the money puts against against your stock. It shouldn't matter if they're not really fucking you. It doesn't really matter if they assign them or not. You can assign them back on them if you want. Let's look at a list of upgrades and downgrades today. Upgrades for today, we have Facebook, COG, Sony. Sony was actually down today in AFL. NBG, I don't have a position. I do not have a position in NBG. So upgrades today, Facebook, COG, SNE, and AFL. Downgrades for today. BUD, XOM, LINE, Baidu. Someone was asking if it's time to get long Baidu. I said I would never get long Baidu. It's just my personal belief. Baidu getting crushed today, down over $8. Qualcomm sitting here. My Qualcomm put butterfly today would be worth $250 if it just sits right here. I see GM selling off a little bit. The lower, the better for me in GM. FIO is hurting me a little bit today. Duncan's hurting me a little bit today. I'm more long than short. Haven't made any new trades today. At 10 o'clock, I will update the book in the notes tab before. So in the notes tab, if you guys go up to the top right, this is, all my positions. These are from 2 days ago. So I'm going to have to I always put in every single new trade I put on and every position I have on. So these are not updated right now. I will update it during the break. Amazon, I'm just going to sit on. Just going to sit on Amazon here. The straddle swap should still be up a little bit of money. The higher, the better for me in Amazon. I have an Amazon straddle swap on. Let's see what price it's at right now. I put it on for $3.85 debit. It's worth exactly that right now, amazingly enough. The higher, the better for me, so I need Amazon to go higher. I will take it off by the end of the day, though. Futures overlapping bars means no conviction to the upside or the downside. Overlapping bars here. And IBM, if you tell me what your position is, I can help you out. If you tell me what your position is. CRUS, I'm offering half of my put spread out at 50 cents. Groupon OCT10 calls being bought. You can always exercise 5 of the 205 puts if you wanted an IBM. So if you're long IBM and you don't want to be long it, you can exercise the 205 puts. You can do that intraday too. NBG, no chance I'm taking a trade for that. But we were talking about NBG unusual option activity. Yeah, the AUG ones were traded a while back. I didn't take a trade on them though. National Bank of Greece. They sold the AUG ones for a nickel. Stock was 69 cents. So NBG, I did not put on a trade on that. I talked about lottery tickets. A lot of times I talk about quote unquote lottery tickets, but good trade there, Alan. AUG1 calls you bought for a nickel. They're now 50 cents. Wow. Oh, the AUG1s are 20 cents. 20 bid on the AUG1 calls. They sold those at a nickel the other day. So this is Andrew Keen from KeenOnTheMarket.com. This wraps up your opening bell for April 26, 2013. If you guys want to watch me trade real-time, real money, equity options, futures, and Forex, shoot me an email, Andrew@KeenOnTheMarket.com. Thanks, guys.